Hello dear students, how are you? Hope you're fine and doing great. Today's lesson is Top Stars 1 from Module 2, The Past. And in today's lesson, we're going to recognize 4 new words and read the text to answer some questions. And before we start our lesson as usual, we're going to remind you with your classroom rules. Number 1, it's very important to keep it quiet. And number 2, listen carefully to your teacher. Okay, my friends, are you ready to start our English lesson? Let's go. Okay, my students, now we're going to start with our new words for today. I want you to have a look at this picture. What can you see? And what about this one? And this one? Here I can see a river, some mountains, and a tree. What do we call these things? We call it super. We call it nature. Repeat after me. Nature. One more time. Nature. Great job. Let's move on. Here, look at these 3 pictures. Here we have a woman sitting in the desert. Here we have a man trying to find some food in the nature life. And here, look, we have sharks and snakes. It's very dangerous life here. So, my friends, do you think it's easy to live in the nature? I don't think so. But if so, it's called survive. Repeat after me. Survive. One more time. Survive. Good job. Now, look at this man. What is he making? Look at the woods here and the trees. What is he making? Think. Great job. A shelter. So, what do we call this? Shelter. Repeat after me. Shelter. One more time. Shelter. Excellent. Okay, my students, now let's have a look at this picture. Look at this boy. What is he holding? He's holding a big bag and it has so many things like map, eggs, water, and so on. What do we call this kind of bags? Think. You are great. Let's see. It is a rucksack. Let's say it. Rucksack. Repeat after me. Rucksack. One more time. Rucksack. Great job. Now it's exercise time. Are you ready to do some exercises? Let's go. In this exercise, you have to match the words with the correct picture. Okay, my students, here are the pictures we're going to have. We have 4 pictures. In picture number 1, what can you see? Again, we see a river, trees, mountain, and so on. What do we call it? Now, look at this man. What is he holding? And look at this boy. What is he trying to do in this nature life? And finally, let's have a look at this man. He's making something. Do you remember what is he making? Let's have a look at our words. The words are rucksack, rucksack, survive, survive, nature, nature, shelter, and shelter. And now, my students, we're going to match the word to its suitable picture. Let's do it. The first one is rucksack. Which one do you think is rucksack? This one or this one? You are great. Definitely, this bag is a rucksack. Good job. Now, word number 2, survive. Survive. Where is it? Is it this one or this one? You are amazing. Survive is this one. Now, word number 3, nature. What is the nature here? You are amazing. Nature. Now, the last word is shelter. What is the shelter? Where can you see it? Good job. It's this one. So, shelter. Now, very quickly, my students, let's repeat them. Rucksack, rucksack, survive, shelter, and nature. You are amazing. Okay, my students, now it's game time. Do you like games? I'm sure you do. Let's start. Okay, my students, in this game, you have to find the similar pictures. Here we have 4 pictures, and the similar pictures are in the second row. So, what we're gonna do, I will show all the pictures for you, and then I will hide it, and after I hide it, you have to remember which one from the first row match the one in the second row. Are you ready? Let's show them. Let's see, here we have make a shelter and the matching one is here. Here we have nature, the matching one is here. Survive, and the matching one is here. And the rucksack is here, and the matching one is here. Are you ready? Have a look for 2 seconds, then I will hide it. Super. Now, where is this matching picture? Do you remember where is the matching picture of shelter? Let's see. You are amazing. It's here. So here we have shelter and shelter. Let's move on. In picture number 2, we have nature. Do you remember where's the matching one? I know you do. You are amazing. It's number 7. So here we have nature, and also here we have nature. What about picture number 3? It's survive. Do you remember where is it? You are super. It's number 8. Survive, survive. Let's have a look at the last one. It's a rucksack, and definitely the matching one is here. You are amazing. You did great job, my students. And now it's reading time. But before we start reading, we will have a look at the picture of our reading text and we will describe it together. Okay, my students, here we have 4 pictures. In number 1, Sami is telling his friend something. We will see later what he is telling them. In picture number 2, still talking about the same subject. In picture number 3, they are now sitting inside a tent. And there is a shadow of an animal. We will see also later what we call this animal. But before we move to number 4, let's have a look here. What is the daddy's holding? Great job. He's holding a rucksack. Good job. Now in picture number 4, there is something happened. The animal here is showing. What do we call this animal? Let's see. What about the daddy and Sami? What are they holding? They are holding a torch. And definitely there's something going on in here. So are you ready to read the text? Let's go. Now, my students, we are going to read for the first time. So please follow up carefully. 1. Last weekend, Sami went camping. The children are talking about his camping trip. Majid, how was your trip, Sami? Sami, it was great. My dad taught me how to survive in nature. Saleh, what did you learn to do? Sami, I learned how to make a fire and how to make a shelter. Khaled, were you scared? Sami, one night I was. Majid, why? What happened? Sami, my dad and I were sitting in our tent. Suddenly, we heard a noise. Saleh, oh no. Majid, shh, listen. Sami, my dad took a torch from his rucksack and looked outside. That's when we saw it. Khaled, what, a bear? Sami, no, a raccoon. It was looking for food. All, ha ha ha. Okay, my students, and here we're going to read for the second time. Are you ready? Let's start. Last weekend, Sammy went camping. The children are talking about his camping trip. So, where did Sammy go? Yes, good job. He went camping. How was your trip, Sammy? It was great. My dad taught me how to survive in nature. What did you learn to do? I learned how to make a fire and how to make a shelter. So, my students, what did Sammy learn? What did his dad teach him? Great job. He taught him how to make a fire and how to make a shelter. Let's go on. Were you scared? One night I was. Majid, why? What happened? My dad and I were sitting in our tent. Suddenly we heard a noise. Oh no! Shh, listen. My dad took a torch from his rucksack and looked outside. That's when we saw it. What? A bear? No, a raccoon. It was looking for food. Ha ha ha. Okay, my students, now it's time to answer some questions related to the reading text. Number 1. Where did Sammy go? Where did Sammy go? Let's have a look at this picture. Did he go for karate class or for camping? Think. You are amazing. He went camping. He went camping. Great job. Question number 2. What did Sammy's dad teach him to do? What did Sammy's dad teach him to do? Let's have a look at the picture and let's remember, what did we read? Did he teach him to make a fire or to make a car? You are amazing. He taught him to make a fire. Super. Okay, my students, and here we have reached the last part of our lesson. We have finished our work. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much and see you soon. Bye-bye.